you an expert, entrepreneur, or small business owner passionate about helping people through life's transitions? The Fresh Starts Expert membership is perfect for you. For just $55 per month, this dynamic membership is designed to boost your business and amplify your brand. Fresh Starts is here to provide you with business development, marketing, coaching, networking, publicity, community engagement, and more. With an SEO-optimized profile, exclusive press opportunities, and weekly co-working and business coaching sessions, you'll connect, grow, and gain visibility like never before. Are you ready to elevate your brand? We can't wait to work with you. Visit freshstartsregistry.com and become a Fresh Starts expert today.
Welcome to Simple Tips to Support Yourself, the podcast series that's here to help you master the art of adulting without losing your mind. Each episode will dive into simple, practical tips from the Fresh Starts experts on how to tackle life's daily obstacles with a little less chaos and a little more confidence. Whether it's figuring out finances, tackling that never-ending laundry pile, or even learning how to make a doctor's appointment without breaking into a cold sweat, we've got you covered. So grab your coffee and get ready to learn, laugh, and maybe even feel like you've got this whole being an adult thing under control. Let's do this together, because here at Fresh Starts, you never have to adult by yourself.
Hi, I'm Meg Trucano. I am a life coach for ambitious women, and I work with women who want to defy hustle culture and really lean into their authentic desires for their life.
Amazing. Okay, Meg. So that being said, we have a question for you that we get a lot, especially because we have a lot of people obviously going through fresh starts over here. Mm-hmm. How can somebody cultivate a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment, both, in their career and in their personal life? A super casual question that you have just a few minutes to answer, Meg. But, I feel like so many of us are kind of floating, right? So how can we start to kind of activate that deeper sense of purpose?
Yeah, this is such a great question. And my answer to it is very simple, but the execution of it can be challenging. So my simple answer is that you just need to find clarity on what you want. Okay. So before you do anything else, you have to get super, super clear on what it is you truly want. Okay. So you can go after conventional success and attain it, right? But then at the end, you're left very unfulfilled. And the reason is because you really weren't very clear on what you authentically desire. So I like to call it your authentic desire because it comes exclusively from inside of you, right? A lot of the women I work with think they know what they want, but it's mostly conventional markers of success, right? So actually, when we get into it, they aren't super clear on what they want, right? They have this vague idea, but they haven't really thought about it much beyond the more or get to the next level, right? And that's what strips you of purpose and fulfillment. So usually what these women want lies beneath years and years of social conditioning, right? So it's the thing you loved to do when you were a kid that your parents told you would never make any money, so you better do something else. Or that thing you really love to think about, but you can't really think about a way to monetize it, right? So as a society, we have kind of collectively a common understanding of what quote unquote success looks like. But if you take a look at that common understanding, it's pretty one-dimensional, right? It's be on top, make a lot of money. But because we are multifaceted human beings, attaining that conventional definition of success feels really empty when we get there, right? So that kind of one-dimensional pursuit isn't fulfilling at all. And there's this constant striving for more, but it's a blind, graspy striving. right? So that's my answer. And I think there's two parts to this. And the first is you have to look inward for this, right? You can't find it anywhere else but inside of yourself. That's where the answers are. So there's really no use looking anywhere else. You can get ideas and get inspired, but that's different from recognizing your inner authority on this matter, right? And this is where I think some kind of support, the Fresh Starts Registry, coaching, any other kind of support is really useful here because, you get inspiration, you get, with a coach, they ask you the right kinds of questions to sort of uncover this within yourself. So that's kind of the first step is I really recommend people, if they're having trouble getting started, get some inspiration, get involved, get someone else to help you ask those questions, right? And the second and possibly most important thing is that you must have the courage to respect what emerges from this inquiry, right?
I love
you
that.
can do all this inner work and be like, oh my gosh, I really like my authentic desire is to make art. And then you don't do anything with it. Or you convince yourself that it's never going to make any money, so you don't follow that authentic desire, right? Following your authentic desire does not necessarily mean that you have to make it your profession, right?
Right.
These are all components of, I like to think of our life as a kind of like a wheel, right? With kind of spokes. And, work is one of those spokes. It's really important and it is a major part of our lives, but so are these other aspects of our lives, right? And a lot of people, I think, get stuck here, which is, they know what they want, but they don't have the courage to defy those social conventions to actually do something with it, right?
Yeah. There's so much you just said there. First of all, I've never heard a coach say what you said, and I really love, which is respect what comes up, right? When you dig into that. For me, it was art too, right? And it was like, oh, I actually need this as part of my soul. But it's so hard, like you said, these conventional markers of success to create art, let's say, or writing or poetry, whatever you're doing, and think, well, I'm not going to make money from this, right? So what's the point of that? How do you untie that? How do you untangle that?
Oh man, we could have like 6 more podcasts on this, but as in American hustle culture, which is kind of this like productivity as worth culture, we have this really close tie between what we produce, how much money we make, and our own worth as human beings. And part of my goal as a coach is to completely break those ties, right? You can be super successful at work. That's awesome. That is a whole other ball of wax, right? What I want to bring people is fulfillment and joy. And work is part of your life. It's one of the spokes, but untangling that productivity as worth is really tough because we've been so deeply conditioned to believe this about ourselves. But as with art or as with any music, anything that people, and sometimes it's like one very specific, interesting thing. Like, I worked with someone who collected stamps. Like how unique and fun and wonderful, right?
Yeah.
So this idea that something has to bring income or bring money or have some kind of monetary value to be worth something is something that I will fight for till the day. These are the things that make life worth living. And that is worth something.
Yeah. I love that. Okay. So how do you work with clients, Meg? How can people get in touch with you? And what kind of work do you do with clients?
Absolutely. Yeah. I work with clients in 2 ways. One is a 3-month long-term, really intensive container. And we meet bi-weekly for hour-long virtual sessions. And we get really into this. We talk about productivity as worth. We talk about perfectionism. We talk about anything from building self-trust and confidence to digging deep underneath these social conventions to find what you really want. And the second way is with a clarity intensive, and that's 75 minutes, you, me, your problem, and we hash it out and we get a next step for you. And so that's really helpful for people who just have like a big problem or something that they just need a concrete next step for.
I love that.
And you can reach out to me, megtrucano.com. That's MEGTRUCANO.com. And I also want to encourage people to check out an audio series that I just released called the Wild Path audio series. And we get into a lot of this stuff in that series. So check it out.
Amazing. And as always, you can find Meg at Fresh Starts Registry in the Expert Guide. Meg, we're so happy that you're part of Fresh Starts, and, just your ethos is so much of what we believe here at Fresh Starts. So when you rest, you receive, and all the good things will come. And we just love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. A Fresh Story podcast is produced by Fresh Starts Registry, the first and only platform for everything you need to begin again, from home items to Hype Team and everything in between. You can learn more and read today's show notes at afreshstory.com.
Are you a freelancer, solopreneur, writer, creative, or professional looking to achieve your goals within a supportive community? Have you found that working from home on your own gets lonely? That you're missing the accountability and community of a positive workplace environment? We understand. And we're so excited to introduce you to the Fresh Starts Collective. For just $35 per month, gain access to 6 daily offerings a week, including virtual co-working, open office hours for business coaching, accountability sessions, and networking opportunities. Enjoy expert workshops, monthly events, and an extensive content library. Connect with marketing, design, and writing professionals to brainstorm and grow together. Surround yourself with accountability, community, and growth. Elevate your journey with the Fresh Starts Collective for only $35 per month. Visit freshstartsregistry.com and join us today.